pitch to the outside to Ashbacher. Gets a good block on the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
It's time for the Trojans. On your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome out to Humboldt, Kansas. It was a long drive up here, an hour and 15 minutes, and I had everything going and ready to go, but then time flew by and I ended up with 3 minutes left. Had some technical difficulties, but you know what? At the end of the day, we are here, and that is all that matters. The Girard Trojans come in as the number 13 seed. The Humboldt Cubs come in as the number 4 seed in the bracket. We'll take a look at that real quick at the boys bracket, how everything lines up. As you can see on your screen, Galena earned that number 1 seed, going 19-0 on the season, trying to continue their undefeated bout. They would have to if they want to make their attempt at a state championship. This is one of their best chances, if not the best chance that they'll have in the next few years. But right down there, you can see towards the bottom of the bracket is our spot, 5-13 on the season. Humboldt, almost the reverse of that, 15-3 on the season. Taking on here tonight, some of those other games going on. Galena going to Columbus. That'll be Carson Cobb on that call. Neodesha and Frontenac playing in Neodesha. And then Baxter Springs had to travel over to Fredonia High School to take on Fredonia, home of the Big Flag. Of course, we want to let you guys know that everything we do here on Girard Sports Live has always been brought to you by Kraken. Kraken is your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Kraken. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Kraken has to offer at ckt.net. Also want to let you know that this pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Serving the area for over 30 years, stopping soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Also, I'm going to be sorry about the scoreboard issue once more. We're having the same problems we had the other night. I think it's about time we deal in for a new laptop here for Girard Sports Live, but we'll get to that in the off season, of course. We're not going to worry about it right now. We're just going to fight through the technical difficulties and hopefully bring you guys these streams of all these sub-state games and potentially state games. It's do or die time for the Girard Trojans tonight. They got to beat the Humboldt Cubs. Josh Lettner had some traffic problems on his way here, so it's a one-man show until he is here. He probably won't be here till about after the first quarter. Hoping for safe travels for him, and hopefully he takes his time getting up here, as you never want to challenge 47 Highway. That look at that bracket that we had earlier is brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. For the Girard Trojans tonight, it's time to show up and show out. You got to play like it's your last game. You haven't had the greatest season. In fact, I don't think you've had the season that you want at all. It looks like they're going to do the national anthem here, so I'll go ahead and mute myself and allow the PA to take over.
Round 1 of Sub-State. If you would please rise, remove your headgear as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
A wonderful rendition of the national anthem here at Humboldt, Kansas, and they're about to do starting lineups. It'll be a good time ending to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off here in Humboldt, Kansas.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott, and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Missing that human touch with your bank? Come talk to a real person at Community National Bank and Trust. We're your local bank that's small enough to know you, yet big enough to offer the best products. Community National Bank and Trust, federally insured, locally awesome. Member FDIC.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable.
Welcome back to the Humboldt Community Fieldhouse here in Humboldt, Kansas. Trojans get set to take on the Humboldt Cubs. Scott Moore tipping it off against Colton Cook. A couple of seniors battling out there, and Humboldt will control the tip. Humboldt working it around the perimeter, trying to sort out this roster here at the last minute. And it is not the easiest thing to find your way through. The shot no good. Rebound Ranson Bourne. He'll handle it up the floor for the Trojans. Ahead to Cullen. His pass too high for Scott Moore. And the Trojans turn it over on their first offensive possession. Coming back the other way is Blake Ellis. Now Humboldt trying to get it down low. And they do, to Cook, who gets the shot to fall. Trojans with it down the offensive end. Cullen with it up top, over to Cam Smith. Now Bourne with it, working against Trey Franklin. Skip pass over to Brocobb, now to Moore at the elbow. He picks up his dribble, needs help. Gets it to Cullen, cross court to Brocobb. Three-pointer on the way is good. Brocobb with the big three to give the Trojans a 3-2 lead. Here with 6:39 to play, first quarter. Humboldt with it on the offensive end. This is Mason Sterling. Franklin with it, driving on Cullen, shot in the lane. No good, and there you see Cullen's length affecting that shot. Bourne with the rebound, he'll bring it back up the floor for the Trojans. Cam Smith with it on the outside, around to Cullen on the left wing. Now Smith with it, dribbling into the lane, stepping through, shot on the way, no good, tipped around. And it's going to come down to Ellis for Humboldt. And Sterling takes off with it, and Brocob fouls him to prevent the transition layup.
Foul on number 23, Blake Brocob, his first, team's first. Mason Sterling, shooting 2.
First shot, no good for Sterling.
I don't know what it is, but every single Humboldt player out there has a black and a white shoe at the same time. I wonder what tradition causes that.
I don't know.
I'm real confused at that. That's been throwing me off for the first couple minutes of
There's
this game.
some parents out there who spend a lot of money on shoes, is what that tells me. The rebound and the putback good for Avery Works.
Or maybe all the kids have the same shoe size.
I doubt that, looking at their sizes out there. Brocob again for 3, in and out. Rebound tipped around. It comes down to Ben Cullen. Back to Scott Moore at the elbow. Into the lane goes Moore. Shot on the way is good.
That's a good start for Scott Moore, playing inside the paint, using his height to get over the top of the defender. Saw he had a mismatch and went right for it.
Franklin bringing it down. They'll swing it around the horn. Cook with it on the outside. Now back up top. They get it to Franklin, and they'll reset the half court. Trojans playing the man-to-man. That pass deflected, and Brocob comes away with it for the Trojans, and he throws it away. Blake would have been better to hit the floor, and Coach Westcott wanted a foul, didn't get the call. I mean, the official's going to have to make a call here as to whose ball it is. Now they're going to call a held ball, and it'll stay with the Trojans.
That's the right move. If neither of them have the real good look at it or really saw it, then the smart move is to go to the possession arrow and let that determine who's going to get it or not.
Brocob to inbound from in front of the Humboldt bench. Gets it into Cullen. Trojans leading it by 1 here with 4:53 to play first quarter. That one turned over by Cullen. Comes away to Sterling, and the Trojans really need to take good care of the ball in this matchup here tonight as the lower seed on the road. That shot no good for Franklin. Rebound comes down to Moore. Bourne coming back the other way for Girard. Working against Franklin, has it poked away from behind. Brokob's entry pass to Siler. Salmon's poked away. Quickly ahead, off the glass and good for Franklin. Coach Westcott wants a timeout, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time to take a timeout because there's been a couple of transition plays. Humboldt hasn't scored on every single one of them, which is a testament to this Trojan defense so far, but it's still the matter that they have had those transition and fast break opportunities. If you're going down and turning it over on offense as the Trojans, you already don't shoot that well percentage-wise, so you need to make those possessions count.
Humboldt, the number 4 seed coming into the night's game, 15-3 overall. The Trojans, the 13 seed. They're 5-15 overall. Humboldt coming off a lopsided 67-25 win at Blue Stem out in Leon, Kansas last week. The Trojans coming off a 41-33 loss in the Fieldhouse to the Colgan Panthers. The Trojans have lost their last 4 games and 12 of their last 15. So really trying to get things turned around here in this first round of Sub-State. But, you know, when you're the 13 seed playing at the 4 seed, you really don't have a lot to lose. You're playing with house money out there if you're the Trojans. Brocob pulls trigger on another 3. No good. Rebound, Scott Moore. His putback no good, but the foul. And they're going to get this one on Avery Works.
Yeah, Brocob needs to just continue on with the shot. He kind of left his follow through a little short, and that's what's going to cause that ball to go off kilter. But it's a good rebound down low by Moore. Already his second of the game. He's going to have plenty of those putback opportunities as it looks like he's probably the most sizable player on the floor.
First trip to the line tonight for any Trojan player. Moore hits the first one.
Doesn't matter how you make it, I suppose.
He got the home court roll on the road, so. Second shot good. I've never been to this gym, Daryl. It's a pretty nice little field house, parquet floor.
Yeah, you know, I had called earlier to talk to their AD and ask him about setup, and he was like, yeah, you'll be up in the mezzanine. And I was like, wow.
Mezzanine?
Heck yeah.
Ellis with it. Driving baseline, cut off, kicks it out to Franklin. He drives in. He's cut off by Cullen. Now back up top to Avery Works with Siler Salmons in his face. Works spinning into the lane, nowhere to go with it. Almost walked with it. Three-point shot on the way is good for Ellis.
Ellis had that wide open look. It was a great pass out by Cook. Left him wide open for that three, and the follow-through was true.
And when you can dribble, penetrate, and kick like Humboldt just did, and you make that shot, it's going to be hard to stop. That shot by Moore, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Salmons. Back to Moore at the top of the key. He'll give it up to Ransom Bourne. Unguarded three, way short. Probably should have gathered himself a little more before that one. Now Sterling coming back the other way for Humboldt. Force him baseline. He'll kick it back out to Works. Working on Siler Salmons. His shot no good. Rebound Scott Moore. Brocobb with it. Around to Salmons. Cullen cross court to Brocobb. Back in the corner now to Salmons. Launches a 15-footer way short. Trojans have been pretty short tonight on their shots. Now bodies hitting the floor. Cullen gets it to Brocobb. Now top of the key to Moore. Ransom Bourne driving, little runner, no good, short of the mark again. I don't know if it's the color orange or what it is, but every shot has been off the front of the rim. Franklin coast to coast off the glass and good. You got to cut that guy off. He's got 4 points.
So far
Trojans
shown that
trailing
he's
by 6.
incredibly quick and able to get to the bucket at any time, and he's so good in transition as well. So just from what we've seen, so you're going to have to cut him off. It should be a big game plan for either out of quarter or as soon as you can talk to your team.
I'm going to guess that a Scott Moore three-point shot was not what Coach Westcott was looking for on that possession. And then the Trojans don't get back on defense, get beat down the floor, and it's a and-one attempt for Colton Cook. That's about as bad as things could have gone on that possession. As Moore shot the three-pointer, didn't follow his shot, and then the entire Trojan squad got beat down the floor. And Scott Moore will sit. And he hits the free throw, completes the three-point play, and the Trojans trail it by 9. Into the corner. Harrison Burke way off on that three-point attempt. The Trojans have had their trouble hitting shots from outside, and it's a theme this year. It continues tonight. That shot no good. Rebound Cullen out to Cam Smith. He pushes it down the floor, back out to Cullen. They'll swing it around the horn to Bourne. Down the lane, finger roll off the glass and good for Ransom Bourne.
And that's a good take. It's something I'd like to see more of. Humboldt is pushing the pace of this game. Play with them. You got nothing to lose.
Shot off the mark. Rebound comes down to Burke. Burke ahead to Levi Blair. He can't handle the pass and loses it out of bounds.
Well, the key to run and gun is to make sure you gather all those passes and have precise passing. I haven't seen Humboldt miss a pass yet.
Franklin will handle it up the floor for the Cubs. This is Keith Gomez, just checked in the game, number 12 there with the ball right now. Shot up and good for Ellis.
And that's a great
He's got
entry
5
pass
points.
by Cook. He just stands so tall above the rest, so comfortable with the ball, and he's able to make passes like that.
And another turnover by the Trojans. Franklin off and running once again, off the glass and good. He's got 6 points, all of them in transition. This is a team that wants to run, and so the Trojans really need to minimize those turnovers. Bourne into the lane. A lot of contact, gets a shot to fall.
That's a tough take to the bucket by Bourne.
Cuts the lead back down to 9. Cook with it. Into the corner to Works. Back up top to Franklin. Looking for a shot. No good at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. Trojans trailing by 9 after 1. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
I was like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Talladega Nights.
That's right. Welcome back to the Community Field House in Humboldt, Kansas, home of the Humboldt Cubs. After one quarter, Trojans trailing it by 9. As Trey Franklin handling, guarded by Blake Brocobb. He'll kick it out. This is Mason Sterling with it. Back over to Franklin. He'll launch a 3 and drills it.
This kid is an astounding player.
Yeah. Everybody can hit 3s but us, Daryl. Near side, Harrison Burke. Free throw line for Scott Moore. Moore into the corner to Cam Smith. Shot on the way for 3 is good. There we go.
Yeah. No one can hit 3s. Keep saying it so they keep coming down and making it.
It'll never happen. Franklin with it, top of the key. They get it down low to Cook. And in the lane, he's good. Five points for Cook. Now Blair trapped in the corner, drives baseline, kicks out to Brocobb open for 3, short of the mark, tipped around, and Burke's going to be called for an over-the-back foul on the rebound.
Yeah, he was just trying to get up over the top and swat it out to give another one of his teammates the potential chance to gather that.
Blair and Burke will sit.
A foul at this moment is not too big of a deal, especially for Burke. He shouldn't worry too much or beat himself up for that one.
Cullen and Bourne back into the game for the Trojans. Now on the offensive end, Gomez with it for the Cubs. Up top to Sterling. Shot on the way from Cook. No good. Rebound, Cullen. And Smith will bring it up the floor for the Trojans. Ahead to Bourne, too high. And Ransom couldn't handle it. And the Trojans turn it right back over.
You know, I will say, when I pulled up about 6 p.m. to get everything set up here, there was a tailgate going on.
Oh.
Yeah, in the parking lot, they had cornhole, spike ball.
Whoa.
Looked like they had a grill going. It was quite the spectacle. And my point on that is that the student section is well packed here.
Yeah. Gomez with it, gets it to Cook in the lane, working against Moore, and Scott's whistle for the foul. If he'd gone straight up, might not have got it, but he swatted at the ball like we've said all year long, and that's going to draw the foul.
Yeah, and Cullen came up with that and looked at the ref and thought, really, you're going to call a foul on that? Cullen had a very clean block on the play, so all Moore had to do was go straight up, and they would have had a turnover on the Cubs.
Cook's first shot, no good. Second one's good. 6 points for Cook. 12-point lead for the Cubs. Bourne thought about it, got Franklin off his feet, then backed out. Cullen with it on the far side, back up top to Bourne. Franklin guarding him. Bourne, little lob pass to Scott Moore. Now Brocobb with it down low, off the glass and good. 5 points for Blake Brocobb. Trojans cut the lead to 10. Cook with it on the elbow. Back out, shot on the way is good for Avery Works. He's got 4 points. Lead back to 12. Trojans got to get some defensive stops. And once again, here they are in a first half hole. Moore out top to Bourne, working against Franklin. Has it poked away from behind. It'll stay with the Trojans.
That looks like Franklin's kind of signature move on defense. He likes to snake around and
let him slide by and poke it out from behind.
Poke it out from behind.
There's a lot of officials that'll call that, whether it's a foul or not. So you got to be careful. Pass to Moore. He has difficulty handling it. Now gets it back to Cam Smith. Thought about a three. Now back to Moore. And Trojans turn it over again. Off and running is Sterling. Stripped away, out of bounds. They're going to whistle a foul on the Trojans. Moore feels like he got it clean, and so does the Trojan crowd, but you put yourself in a tough situation when you commit a turnover and end up trying to play defense in transition.
Yeah, they get the foul on Cullen there, so it was him coming around the backside. This time, Moore thought he got it clean, and Cullen's the one who picks the foul.
Sterling hits the first. He's got 3 points. The lead is 13. Sterling tries to extend it to 14 right here. And he does. Cullen will handle it up the floor for the Trojans. To the wing, picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Bourne. He'll take a long three and drills it.
More scores like that, more quick possessions like that.
7 points for Bourne. There's an offensive foul as Avery Works went into the chest of Scott Moore. And to Scott's credit, he didn't flop or anything. He just took it.
Yeah.
And Works picks up his second.
I think Works and his coach discussing the same thing that's going through my mind. It was kind of a weak call, but at the same time, you'll take what you can get when you're down by 11.
Yeah. Scott Moore lob pass over the top to Ben Cullen. Off the glass, no good. The put back, no good, but he's fouled, and Ben will head to the line to shoot two. 2 chances at it within a foot of the bucket. Can't get it to fall. Now Cullen will head to the charity stripe for a pair.
First, team second. Ben Cullen shooting two.
First one rattles in. And Ben hits them both. 2 points for Cullen. Trojans trailing by 9. Need to stop here defensively. Ellis with it up top, gets it over to Gomez. Way out beyond the arc. He'll put it on the floor, kicks it over to Franklin. Working his way into the lane, kicks out to an open Sterling. Shot no good, long tip out. And it's going to be an over and back against Humboldt, and that'll give it to the Trojans. So, got your stop. Now time to make them pay offensively.
Trojans switched into a 1-3-1 style defense there with Moore prowling in the middle, and Franklin almost broke it himself by dribbling through the lane. But it was a good job to recover on the defensive side and force some havoc. That's all you want to do with the zone is create bad passes on the offensive side.
Coach Westcott doing everything he can with the defensive calls to try and disrupt this Humboldt offense. Bourne will take a three again off the mark. And the rebound tracked down by Ellis for Humboldt. He'll lead the break back the other way. Kicks into the corner to Cook. Up top, Gomez from the free throw line. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Scott Moore. Trojans got a couple of stops. They just need some points on the other end of the floor. Cullen with it, top of the key. Kicks it over to Bourne. He'll take another three from the wing. Off the mark again. Rebound comes down to Blake Ellis. Ahead to Franklin. 3 minutes to play and counting first half. Trojans trailing by 9. Ellis with it. Kicks it over to Gomez, top of the key. Now Franklin at the free throw line. Back over to Ellis right in front of the Trojan bench. Cook with it on the baseline. Driving, shot no good. Rebound tracked down by Blake Brocobb. The Trojans get another stop and darn near turn it over again, but the ball deflected right back to Ben Cullen. Moore with it from the free throw line. Turnaround no good. Rebound Brocobb. And Blake is fouled in the lane by Blake Ellis. And a meeting of the Blakes there, and Brocobb will head to the free throw line.
Blake Ellis, his first, team's third. Blake Brocobb, shooting 2.
First one off the back iron, no good.
Timeout, Humboldt. A 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout, Humboldt. So last night in girls action, of course, the Trojans with a big win, 56-9 over Baxter Springs. They will take on Riverton, who defeated Humboldt here last night, 42-34. The Burlington girls were victorious 47-16 over Galena. Caney Valley 60, Columbus 35. So Caney will play Burlington in the next round. Neodesha defeated Fredonia at home 52-25. They'll take on Prairie View, who defeated Iola 39-35 in a nail-biter there in the first round. Cherryvale topped Anderson County's girls 56-24. They will take on Frontenac, who defeated Jayhawk Lynn on the road 47-29. I don't know if you already showed all that stuff.
I barely got any of it, so.
There's no harm in review. Ask any elementary teacher.
Yeah, consistency.
That's right.
Consistency.
Hammer it in. Second shot from Brocobb again off the back iron, no good, but Moore tips the long rebound out to Brocobb, so the Trojans will maintain the possession. Moore for 3, Smith for 3, no good. Tracks down the long rebound to Brocobb on the far side, Back to Blake. He'll take another 3 and drill it. 8 points for Brocobb. The Trojans cut the lead to 6. Got to get another stop here. You need stops and stops. Gomez with it on the near side, out to Sterling now. Franklin with it. Gomez on the far side. Surveying. They'll swing it around. Franklin almost walked with it into the lane. He's going to be fouled on the floor by Cam Smith. That's Cam's first.
I got to say, I don't think I've seen Franklin miss a shot yet. Even that, run through after he got fouled, he made that too.
Looks like the only way to stop him is food poisoning. Sterling kicks it out. Shot on the way, no good. There's your miss, Darrell. And Blake Brocobb leading the break for the Trojans. Blake to the bucket, no good. Rebound comes down. Bourne and Scott Moore were fighting each other for it. Kicks it out to Cam Smith. And Cam is fouled and will head to the line to shoot a pair. I got that one on Cook. I believe that's his first. It is. Fourth team foul, so both teams going to have to play it clean here for the next minute 22. Smith's first shot rolls off. Second shot on the way is good. 4 points for Cam Smith. Lead is now 5. Can they get another stop? Franklin with it. Skip pass over to Ellis. Now back to Franklin. Kicks it into the corner to Gomez. His pass deflected, and Scott Moore comes away with it for the Trojans. Smith dribbling up the floor, kicks it over to Brocobb for 3 again. In and out. Rebound, Ellis.
Brocobb has 2 or 3 releases where he comes through all the way, and that's usually when he makes it, when he has that hand in the cookie jar. He has one like he had there where he kind of brings his elbow up halfway, And then he has another one where he doesn't fully release at all. And those last two he misses usually. You'd like to see him get more reps in with that full release.
Ellis with it, as looks like Humboldt content to hold for the last shot here. Franklin back over to Ellis.
It would appear Girard's also content with letting them have the last shot.
Franklin was open for three, but passed it up. Kicks it to Gomez in the corner. Now to Cook at the free throw line, stepping through, lost it. Cam Smith's got it, 3-2.
Yeah, he's going to double
and he
dribble.
got called with the double dribble. First time I've seen it all year, and it happens on a breakaway in the sub-state game.
I think we had one in the Baxter game.
Not on us.
Not on us. No, yeah, no, not on us. But
I should have clarified. It's the first double dribble I've seen called on the Trojans all year. And heartbreaker call right there for Girard. Is 1.5 on the clock as Franklin heaves one at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the first half. Trojans trail it by 5, 30-25. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Since 1918, GN Bank has been the heart of our community. Big enough to meet all your banking needs, but small enough to offer that personal touch you deserve. From agricultural loans to home mortgages, GN Bank has the expertise, products, and service to help you thrive. With a pledge to treat others ethically, be adaptable, focus on customers, and invest in the communities they serve, GN Bank is committed to your success. The best place to bank and borrow, GN Bank, where community banking truly comes first. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in Southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to the action here. Josh making his way over moseying over. But he'll be here in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Community Field House here in Humboldt, home of the Humboldt Cubs. At the half, the Trojans trail it 30-25 to the Humboldt Cubs. This is the first round on the boys' side of the Columbus Sub-State. The winner of tonight's game will play the winner of Baxter and Fredonia, who are facing off tonight out in Wilson County. Also going on tonight on this side of the boys' bracket, Galena at 19-0. They are the number 1 overall seed. They host Columbus 1-18. Frontenac at 9-9. They're the 9 seed. They travel to number 8 seed Neodesha at 12-6. I think that's a game the Raiders could probably win. And then they would have to face the winner of that Columbus-Galena game, which I'm just going to go ahead and pencil in as Galena. On the other side of the bracket, the number 2 seed Burlington at 16-3 plays host to Prairie View at 2-16. And then they will play the winner of Jayhawk Lynn, who's the 10 seed at 9-11. They travel to Anderson County, who is 13-6. So it's liable to be a Burlington-Anderson County game there. Those two teams probably pretty familiar with each other. And then number 3 seed Caney Valley at 16-3 plays host to 3-16 Cherryvale. The winner of that one will play the winner of Iola at 7-11, and number 6 seed Riverton at 13-5. And, of course, the championship game is going to be played next Saturday, Friday night and Saturday in Columbus. So keep an eye out for that. Trojan girls were victorious last night in a lopsided, I believe it was like 59 or 58, something like that, to 9 over Baxter Springs, and they advance. They will play the Riverton girls at Ted R. Taylor on Tuesday night. So we'll have that one for you for sure on Girard Sports Live. And then we'll follow both these teams as long as they continue playing through the sub-state and state basketball tournaments here on Girard Sports Live. If either the girls or the boys are fortunate enough to make it to state and Hutch, of course, we'll have an audio-only broadcast for you to stay within the Acacia NFHS rules. But we will cover that one for you from Hutch if the Trojans are fortunate enough to make it to the state tournament. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show, brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. It could be agricultural nerds, too. I don't know, Darryl, but
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these halftime stats brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie. Dirt's heavy. So trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. First for the Trojans, Ransom Bourne with 7 points, Ben Cullen with 2, Cam Smith with 4, Scott Moore with 4, and Blake Brocob leading the way with 8 for the Trojans. He's hit 2 3-point buckets tonight, and Trojans are going to need some of that to get back into this one. For Humboldt, they're led in scoring by Trey Franklin. He's got 9. Blake Ellis with 5. Mason Sterling has 4. Avery Works with 4. And Colton Cook with 6 to round out the scoring for Humboldt. So the Trojans, as rough as it was in that first half, Darryl, lots of turnovers I'm sure they'd like to have back. Had a hard time getting shots to fall for a good stretch of that first half, and we're kind of accustomed to seeing that this season. But despite all that, just down 5 points at the half, and this is a game that's well within reach for this team.
Yeah, a couple of Girard players come out and make a good amount of threes. Brocob has really shown out so far in this game, and I'd like to see him continue that. He's had a good game so far, and if he keeps that going, he could potentially will this Trojan team to a second-round game in this sub-state playoff. Bourne and Moore, I'd like to see pick up the pace a little bit. They're obviously doing their work down low for Moore, and then Bourne's doing his work outside. He's hit a 3 or 2. But still, it's your senior season. This could potentially be your very last game with a Trojan uniform. You need to go out and leave it all out on the court. You want to at least have this Humboldt team remember you as, dang, that kid gave it all he had. And so for those two, I'd like to see them really use this last 2 quarters to show what they've got and make a mark on their season.
And, if those shots aren't falling for you outside, put the ball on the floor, head to the bucket, and draw some contact and earn yourself a trip to the line. And fouls could be a huge part of this game. If you're coming from behind, it gives you a chance to score without the clock moving, gets the other team in foul trouble, gets them out of their rhythm, frustrates them. And if you're the Trojans, I don't think you should shy away from contact in this second half.
No.
You should get in there and force the officials to make a call, get to the line, and get your team back in this game. All right, that Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Kanar Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KanarEyeCare.com. Okay. Well, we kind of gave you some scores from around the area earlier, but we never read our area matchups thing.
No, I had that before.
You had that
before? I got that before the pregame.
Right. Well, I wasn't here. I don't know.
While you were lollygagging.
Yeah, I was sightseeing in Humboldt.
at the concrete plant.
That's right. It sure is pretty at night.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You never really see feats like that.
Yeah, a lot of light bulbs.
Pure industrialism, Josh.
That's right.
All
right. It looks better at night than it does in the day, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Wow. So getting set to start the third quarter. I believe the Trojans will have the ball to start the third, but I shouldn't speculate.
Humboldt sure is lining up as if they do.
Yeah, looks like Humboldt's lining up for some defense. So Trojans will have the ball to start the third quarter, trailing by 5. And we're underway. Cullen up top to Cam Smith. Down low to Moore, has it poked away, but Ranson Bourne right there to get it. Over to Cullen on the baseline. His shot is good.
And that's something new we'll see out of Ben Cullen. Hopefully he gets confidence in that shot back because we haven't seen him really pull up from mid-range in a long, long time.
Hey, drillings the 10-footer, and the Trojans cut the lead to 3. Now back on the offensive end. This is Ellis. Gets it in the corner to Works. Now Ellis with it again. Dribbles to the elbow. Now kick it back out to Works. Top of the key. They really want to get it down to Cook, and they finally do. Now he kicks it back out to Ellis. And that bounce pass deflected off the foot of Cam Smith, and it'll stay with the Cubs. Again, no shot clock in whatever league this is. And so nothing to worry about here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Looking around.
I know, I'm looking for those banners over there, but I can't quite.
That one deflected, but it ends up right back with Sterling. Now Cook, a little 10-footer, no good. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds. And I don't know, they're going to say Cullen got a finger on it, and it will stay with Humboldt. Ellis to inbound from the baseline for the Cubs.
Oh, it's right behind us, Josh, the Tri-Valley League.
Oh, there we go. That's why we can't see it. It's hanging out.
Yeah.
Hanging out behind us. Oh, there was some indecision there. Whoa.
That's
and it's an offensive foul against Cook. That's his second. And Scott Moore went down hard, man.
Yeah, he did.
And paid for that one, but the Trojans get it back.
Head coach Taylor down there for the Cubs was laughing along with that ref saying, come on, you got to go one way or the other.
Yeah. Moore with it. Near side, they'll swing it around the horn to Bourne. He'll launch a 3 after thinking about it and drains it.
And we're all tied up. Bourne is trying his best to get the Trojans another round.
Franklin with it on the wing. Wondering where to go with it. And that pass tipped away. And Ranson Bourne with it. Has it blocked from behind, and Franklin comes away with it for Humboldt. And Bourne didn't have the numbers. He might have wanted to pump the brakes on that one, but nonetheless, Trojans had a shot at it, couldn't convert. Now Cook with it in the corner. Tied at 30. Driving in. Can't get the shot to fall. Gets the rebound. The putback, no good. Tipped around. Trojans get a loose ball. There we go. Scott Moore comes away with it. And Cullen will push it up the floor for Girard. Now Smith with it up top. Into the corner to Brokoff. Back up top to Smith. Cullen with it way up top. Smith will take a three from the corner off the mark. The Trojans have been short all night. Cullen gathers the long rebound. He's trapped in the corner. And his cross-court pass, you got to get it up higher out of arm's reach, and Avery Works steals it away for Humboldt. So the Trojans, a couple of golden opportunities, have passed them by as they haven't been able to convert on the offensive end. And then Ransom Bourne's going to be called for the foul on the defensive end. That's his first. First team foul on the Trojans.
Yeah, a couple of Trojans have had some good stops on defense and then kind of let it go on offense, but that block on Bourne, that was just a good block. You really can't ask much.
The defender is only a foot and a half taller, so you may want to back
It's an amazing play to go over the top there. That was just...
Works with it up top into the corner. Three-point shot on the way for Ellis. No good. Rebound Gomez. Now Ellis working baseline. Kicks it back out to Cook. He'll take a long two. That one's no good, and the Trojans finally pull down the board. Cullen comes away with it. Over to Cam Smith on the right wing. Up top to Bourne. He thought about it. Now he's going to dribble around. Steps into another three. No good. And Bourne poked it away. Brocob comes away with it. Cullen missed the layup, and then Bourne has it stripped away. Oh, my goodness. Trojans make a layup. And they still can't come up with a loose ball. Cook has it. He's fouled. And the shot goes.
Wow.
Oh, my
what a
gosh.
shot.
There it is in a nutshell. And there's a Trojan down. I think it might be Ben Cullen. And Cullen's going to be whistled for the foul. Oh, gosh. I don't like to see this no matter what. And Ben Cullen's one of those guys who's kind of been a defensive force for the Trojans all year, leaves it all out on the floor, and went down hard on that play. And you can hear it when these guys hit this floor. It's not hollow under there. It's like falling on a slab of concrete. And so you kind of hear them smack against it rather than thud.
I did just hear Coach Westcott say he's going to be good, so.
Siler Salmon's going to check into the game for Girard, I would assume, replacing Ben Cullen. Cullen gets up, might have a little bit of a bloody nose on that one.
Foul number 12, Ben Cullen. Basket is good. Colton Cook shooting the bonus.
Cook's free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Cam Smith. Siler Salmons hits a bucket on the other end for the Trojans. His first bucket of the night. And we're tied once again at 32. Sterling driving into lane, kicks out. Layup, no good, tipped around. Somebody get a loose ball. There we go. Ransom Bourne comes away with it for Girard. Ahead to Brocob. And off the glass and good for Blake. Through the contact, no whistle. And the Trojans with their first lead of the night. And timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Humboldt wants to talk it over. Coach Taylor's seen enough. Calls this 30-second timeout to get his team gathered again. And, man, the highs and lows tonight for the Trojans.
Trojans have won these first 4 minutes, and they still have left a lot of opportunities out on the floor. They can beat this team. They're playing good right now, and Ransom Bourne definitely doesn't want to quit. He's doing it all offensively, defensively, and Blake Brocob is having a game for himself. A lot of threes outside and making that bucket down there in transition.
He's had a couple in transition, just right place, right time for Brocob tonight, and he's hustling.
And that's what you need.
Yep, you don't want to lose for lack of hustle. The Trojans aren't doing that tonight.
And for Brocobb, this might not be his last game as a Trojan, as he's, still a young guy out there, but you still like to see them put it all out on the floor for their seniors.
Ellis handling it up the floor for Humboldt. Kicks it over to Sterling. Now back to Ellis. Works with it. Now to Franklin on the wing. Into the corner to Works. He'll take that uncontested three and hit it.
I don't really know why we backed off of him there. He hit a three in the first half, I'm pretty sure, and he's got a pretty shot for him.
He hit a long two, but he can shoot it. He's demonstrated that, and Trojans just can't afford to give up open outside shots like that. Smith gives it up to Bourne. Ranson driving down the lane. He's fouled. And let's see if they get this one on. It should be on Franklin, but we'll see who actually gets the whistle, and it was. That's first on Franklin.
We mentioned that little snake move getting some attention from refs, and there it was.
Well, I think Bourne kind of stopped and made Franklin run into the backside of him, and I think that might have been what got the whistle. Salmons with it on the wing, gets it to Scott Moore at the elbow, and it's deflected off of Scott's leg out of bounds. The Trojans will turn it over, and there's just 3 defenders there for Moore. Somebody had to be open. Humboldt with good size, though, so Moore going to have a challenge dealing with that. Layup for Cook, no good. Moore comes away with the rebound for the Trojans, and now Bourne handles it up the floor ahead to Cam Smith. Into the corner to Brocobb, back up top to Smith. Around to Bourne, thought about it. A lot of contact up top, no call, more contact, and Sterling steps on the sideline, and that'll give it back to the Trojans. They almost turned it over. Officials letting a lot of contact go if you're wearing white tonight. Which fortunately we are, Daryl. We're unlikely to pick up a foul.
Us up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore my white
hoodie
sweatshirt thing. I don't know what really you call it.
Means we're
it's got a hood and short sleeves.
We're Teflon here in Humboldt tonight.
Are we cheering for the other team?
Smith. No, but we're just unlikely to get a foul. Salmons, little 10-footer, no good. Lots of white jerseys. Cook comes down with the rebound. And here comes Franklin back the other way into the lane. Nice dish to find Works. Off the glass and good. If you're the Trojans, you can't keep coming away empty on the offensive end. It's 3 times down the floor with no points. Salmons now in the corner. Elbow to Scott Moore. He'll elevate. Shot on the way off the back iron. No good. If you're going to shoot, you got to follow it. And there's a foul in the open floor against the Trojans. And I think they whistle this one against Ranson Moore, and that's his second.
Second, team's third.
That's 2 on Ranson. Third team foul on the Trojans. Franklin with it, skips it over to Cook. He'll put it on the floor now, back to Franklin. Long three-pointer is good. Franklin's first bucket of the second half. He's got 12. Humboldt back on top by 6, and how quickly this one stretches out away from the Trojans. Bourne back up top to Cam Smith. He'll take a 3. Off the mark. Rebound comes down to Ellis. And there's a carry going to be called against Franklin. Smith with it on the right wing, up top to Moore. Now Brocobb going to take one from the left wing. No good off the back iron. And the only rebounder under the bucket was Ranson Bourne, but it is deflected off the leg of Franklin. It'll stay with the Trojans.
Now you need a good inbounds play. You got to score here before the end of the third because it's likely that Humboldt's going to try and get the last shot here and hold you out and go into the fourth with the lead.
Bourne didn't even make an effort for that one, and it goes out of bounds, and they turn it over
and
to the Cubs.
Seems to have thought it was tipped.
Yeah, and he backed off of it, and nobody had touched it. And it gives it back to Humboldt. Works into the corner. Now they get it down low to Cook. And another charge into Scott Moore.
And Scott is doing a lot better now of taking that contact, selling it, and getting the charges called. Normally, earlier on in the season, you like to see him you would see him take that contact on and try and push back. But there, a smart decision, gets the foul called. And that's 3 now on Cook.
At the end of the third quarter, 3 fouls is not, I don't think you consider that foul trouble.
No, not trouble. But something to think about.
But he needs to watch himself.
Not going to be able to play as aggressive on defense.
Right, Bourne dribbling around. Trojans are going to hold for the last shot. They trail by 6. Now here comes Ranson working against Franklin into the corner to Cam Smith. Three-pointer is good. Cuts the lead to 3. Now they need to stop. Franklin's shot way off the mark. Brocob launches one. And
that was a heave.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Trojans trail it by 3. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back to the Community Fieldhouse here in Humboldt. After 3, the Trojans trailing by 3, and Humboldt, the odds-on favorite. They should win this game. But the Trojans are hanging around, and they're hanging around. And we know what that means, Daryl. You don't let a team hang around or things could end up going against you. Mm-hmm. And right now, Humboldt, well, there we go. Blake Ellis with the layup inside he was kind of lost by the defense, and that pushes the lead back out to 5. But still, it's the same margin it was at halftime. Cam Smith for 3. Oh, off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Works. And now here comes Franklin. Handling it up the floor for Humboldt. Behind the back. And they're going to whistle a foul against Ranson Bourne for a push.
Yeah. And that stops it from getting to the bucket, so I don't mind that foul at all. But still, at the same time, you mentioned not letting teams hang around, especially in sub-state. If you're the underdog, you got nothing to lose.
House money.
House money. I like that. I'm going to use that from now on.
Ellis with it off the inbound. And, you know, when you're the favorite playing at home in front of your crowd, then you can get a little tight. And Trojans could take advantage of that if they could just get some points offensively tonight. Cook, shot no good. Rebound tracked down by Works. Kicks it out. Franklin, he's been money all night. That shot won't go. Cam Smith with the rebound for Girard. Back the other way now. Over to Bourne. Down low to Scott Moore in the lane. Fouled, and the bucket is good. Bucket. There it is.
That could be the spark that propels this team. We've had one lead in this entire game.
Fouls on Works. That's his third. And Moore at the line trying to get 3 the hard way. And he does. Seven points for Scott Moore. Trojans trailing by a bucket. Franklin handling around for Humboldt. And this team that wanted to run in the first half has really slowed it down.
And I think that's
here
affecting their
half.
offense as well.
Cook with it in the corner. It's Cam Smith in front of him. Now Works. He'll raise up for a shot. In and out. Rebound Scott Moore. And with both of their bigs standing outside the three-point line, pretty easy rebound for Scott Moore. Bourne thought about an NBA range 3, or maybe whatever the next distant 3 is.
Globetrotters?
Yeah, like last week. And there's a 30-second timeout as Trojans were out of sync offensively. Coach Westcott calls a 30-second timeout. Get things straight for the Trojans because this is a big offensive possession for Girard.
You got a chance to take the lead or tie. You got 2 players on the Humboldt side with 3 fouls. It's both of their bigs. So going inside, that does not hurt you at all. Have Scott Moore go into that contact because they got to play off. They can't be as aggressive as they want to be. And looking at that bench for Humboldt, those are the only 2 big men that they have at their disposal.
Right. And I think you just keep getting it into Moore and Cullen under the bucket and let them draw that contact because neither of those guys are in foul trouble.
Yep.
And so they can be as aggressive as they want to be.
Yes. The best thing you could do here, even if you don't make the bucket, is to draw a foul on those 2 guys because if one of them has to come out of the game, you immediately have an advantage down low. They've been playing with pretty much this same 5 the whole entire time, and you can tell they played for a long time together.
They got a talented starting 5.
Yes, absolutely.
You get the feeling that with their schedule, they haven't had to dip deep into that bench very often this year.
If, not only for garbage minutes.
Brokob into the corner to Bourne, back down to Moore, but he kicks it right back out to Ransom Bourne, who raises up for a 10-footer, and you'd like to see Scott get after that one. Brokob comes away with it. His shot won't go. Cullen has it. His shot off the glass is good.
If there was a time to make the putback, it was right there.
Ben Cullen finds the backboard and puts that one in. Trojans tied at 42. In the corner, Sterling thought about it. Now to Works at the free throw line. That pass forced and deflected by Cullen. Diving after it out of bounds, man. This guy's getting after it tonight.
You got to love to see it. This is more fire I've seen them played with than they have in a long, long time.
That's encouraging. Cook to inbound for Humboldt. Gets it into Ellis. Around to Franklin. Back to Ellis. And this could be them taking the air out of it, and they're kind of taking the air out of themselves. To Works, free throw line. Shot on the way off the back iron. No good. Rebound, Brokob. Trojans back in business. Cam Smith looking to push. Cross half court on the right wing. Up top to Ben Cullen. Now around to Brokob. Back to Scott Moore up top. Scott through off the finger roll. No good. Rebound Franklin. That not exactly the way you want to see Scott Moore go to the bucket. You'd like it to be a little bit more aggressive and forceful, as that one ends up right in the hands of, I think it was Sterling, who got it to go off of the loose ball. Trojans trailing by 2. Brokob trying to get it down low to Bourne, and you wonder why Bourne's the only player in the lane right now for the Trojans. The guy's the shortest dude on the floor. Trying to post him up.
Yeah, I'm no coach, but the message to the team has to be, you got to go down low at their bigs. They both have 3 fouls.
How about we get our bigs under the bucket and go at their bigs?
Yes.
Instead of Ransom Bourne under the bucket going at their bigs.
And that's normally just a part of the play, but even the entry pass down to him is just kind of silly.
Ellis with it. Now Franklin with a little lane, kicks out. They try to get it down low and turn it over. Trojans with another chance here. Tie this one up. Can they, get it down to Scott Moore cleanly. Brokob with it, 4-3, in and out. Rebound Cam Smith. He's fouled, and Cam will head to the line.
You don't get the foul on the guy you want, but doesn't matter because it's a chance at points.
Right, take some points here.
And you see what happens whenever you're under the bucket.
That's Sterling's second. And he'll send Smith to the line to shoot a pair. And a chance to tie this one up. Big free throws here for Cam Smith. First one on the way, rattles in.
His heartbeat's got to be 140 beats per minute right now.
Heck, Daryl, mine is. I'm just standing here.
Yeah, mine was after going up the stairs. So
carrying all this stuff. And Smith hits them both. Trojans
ice cold.
Tie it up at 44. And I tell you what, this is not where Humboldt wanted to be at this point in the game. Under 4 minutes to play, tied at 44. Cook with it in the corner, looking around, trying to find a cutter. Cross-court pass to Franklin. Almost too high for him. He gets it out to Ellis, top of the key. Bourne picks him up. Ellis trying to work off a screen from Works. Kicks it out to Franklin. Now back to Ellis into the corner. Shot on the way. No good. Trojans come away with the rebound. It's Bourne, and he's fouled by Mason Sterling.
And that's his third.
Indeed.
Fouls on number 2, Mason Sterling. His third. Team's third.
Third team foul on Humboldt. Trojans with his 2 here in this fourth quarter as a team. Girard with a chance to take the lead for just the second time tonight. They look a little bit out of sorts offensively here as coach calling in the play. Bourne with it on the right wing. He'll put it on the floor over to Cam Smith. Open for 3. Cam will take it off the mark. Rebound Moore. Scott going back up. He's fouled. And I think that one's going to be on Cook. And it is.
And that's number 4 for him. And we'll see what. I mean, there's no chance you take him out yet. You got to let him play until he gets that 5th.
Yeah, I mean, you're deep enough into the fourth quarter. You can't take him out here as Moore misses the first.
Take a deep breath and reset. This is the clutch moment you got to live for as a player.
And if you're Trojans, the rebound here. Smith and Cullen, man. Get ready. And the second one off the mark. Cook comes away with the rebound and another missed opportunity for the Trojans. Franklin dribbled off his foot, almost lost it, kicks it out to Sterling. Into the corner to Cook. Back out to Sterling. Looking around, surveying. Pushing off on Ransom Bourne. Working off a screen into the corner. Shot on the way, off the mark. Tipped around, rebound controlled by Ben Cullen. Over to Cam Smith, and the Trojans will have it offensively. 2:21 ahead to Ransom Bourne. Into the lane, a lot of contact, no call. Battling for the rebound, it'll stay with Girard off of Cook. Whew. Now we need to see a good inbound play and no turnover on this inbound. Brokop's lob pass to Moore, way too high, and Trojans turn it over.
I understand the thought process, but you got to give yourselves a possession.
Humboldt with it now. Sterling over to Ellis. The Trojans have left a lot of points on the board here in this close game in this fourth quarter. Back to Franklin.
The benefit for them is that Humboldt has left equally the same.
Yeah, well, they've taken shots that haven't gone down. Trojans have turned it over and missed some gimmies. And there's Franklin for 3.
Absolutely clutch.
And that's why you got to make them when they're there. Cullen with it on the wing. Scott Moore going to work. On Works, and it's good.
There we go. Westcott takes a very well-timed full timeout, gives him a chance to set up a good defense to get a stop.
Minute 28 to play. Trojans trailing by 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Producers Cooperative Association is the area leader in providing quality agricultural products, services, and markets. PCA has what you need to maximize your operation with a full-service agronomy department, grain origination, handling and storage, bulk fuels and lubricants, propane, a jam-packed farm store, and livestock feeds in bulk or bagged. PCA is proud to call Girard home and to support Trojan athletics. Stop by or see more online at pcacoop.com.
"11 seconds left of this timeout, under 3 minutes to play, I believe."
Yeah, there's a minute 28 left on the clock.
Yeah, minute 28. Trojans trailing by 1. And I believe Girard will have the ball coming out of the timeout. No?
No, it's Humboldt's ball. Moore just made that bucket.
Oh, that's right. Scott Moore had a make, and then the timeout off the make. Okay. Now you need to stop.
West got to set up his defense, and I know that equally gives Humboldt a chance to set up a good offense here.
Well, you got to keep somebody on Trey Franklin at all times, I would say. He has been a killer in this second half for Humboldt. He's got 6 points, both of those buckets from beyond the arc. And you just because he's standing outside the arc doesn't mean you don't have to guard him.
Yeah, he's clutch. He's proven it time and time again. He's a clutch player. You can't give him the shot.
He kicks over to Sterling, who dribbles back out of trouble. Trojans bring a trap now over to Franklin. Dribbles out of it. Kicks into the corner to Sterling. Now back to Works. They try to get it down low to Cook, and it's turned over. Cam Smith comes away with it for the Trojans. Now don't get caught dribbling around, and he turns it over. 4 other guys on the floor. Well, just tried to do a little too much there with the dribble at the wrong time, and that turns it over back to Humboldt right in front of their student section. That's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. About a minute to play. Trojans trailing by 1. Just turned it over. It'll be Humboldt ball when we come back. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Minute and a second left to play. Trojans trailing by 1. They had a golden opportunity off of a turnover, and then a little mishandling by Cam Smith turns it back over to Humboldt, and they will inbound from in front of their student section. Trojans needing another defensive stop. That pass deflected out of bounds by Scott Moore, and we'll do it again. Get it into Franklin, working against Ben Cullen, who fouls him.
That's okay. Trojans are still 3 fouls away. Well, now 2 fouls away from the bonus.
12, Ben Cullen, his third, team's third.
Sterling to inbound. Gets it into Franklin. Working against Cullen. Dribbles around him, and Ben fouls him from behind. And he's communicating with Brocobb his frustration.
Ben Cullen, his fourth.
That is a great foul, though, by Cullen.
But his 4th.
That'll bring Salmons into the game.
And that's why Cullen's so frustrated, because he knew he was going to have to sit after that one, and he didn't want to be the one to make the foul. He get it in.
But,
what? What? Cam Smith's looking around like, what? Me? All he did was run over there and play defense, and the foul got whistled. And that'll send Avery Works to the line to shoot a pair.
I mean, the good news is you stop the clock, at least, and it's only your second foul. You know, I mean, there is a bright side to that at the very least. You want to go out there and try and cause a defensive turnover, but at the same time, whatever.
Works, first free throw off the mark.
Hey, this is turning into a great foul now.
It's turned into a better foul.
Cam Smith did a great job there fouling.
Yep. Smart foul. Smart foul.
Very good foul by Cam Smith.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Always.
Works, second free throw, also off the mark. Rebound, Scott Moore takes it right off the rim. Now Smith will handle it up the floor for the Trojans, trailing by 1. Brokob with it up top, around to Bourne. Far side to Siler Salmons. Scott Moore in the lane, elevates. Shot on the way is good.
And it's a 1-point lead for the Trojans.
Yes, their second lead of the ball game, and it comes with 34 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Here comes Franklin. Down the lane, lost his dribble, but they bail him out with a foul. And I don't know who they called it on. That was, sheesh. Yeah. They whistled that one on Smith, which is okay for the Trojans, I guess. Sends Franklin to the line to shoot 2.
Well,
he's 3 for 4 from the, excuse me. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yep, I called him a clutch shooter earlier. Let's see what he's really got. There we go.
First one off the front iron, no good.
The very least you can do is tie it here for Franklin. You got to get a rebound if he misses.
Right, call him clutch again, Daryl.
Yeah, he's been a great shooter all night long.
So clutch.
I've never really seen him miss a shot.
Automatic, Swiss clockwork. Off the mark, and he gets his own rebound, and the putback no good. Brokob with the rebound for the Trojans. Smith with it, over to Siler Salmons, now Brokob, and he's fouled. And the Trojans with a 1-point lead. Blake Brokob heading to the free throw line to shoot 2. 20.3 seconds left, and the Trojans may steal this one from the Humboldt Cubs. You're about to witness some grand larceny if they get out of here with this win, Daryl.
Hey, we mentioned it before the game.
We mentioned it
during the game. You let the underdog hang around, and the team that has nothing to lose will leave it all on the court.
House money.
Brokob. We need you to calm down, put some ice in your veins.
One of these, Blake.
You got to make it to where they can't.
Blake.
You got to make it to where they can't go down and get a 2-point bucket that wins the game.
Bend the knees, Blake. Oh, in and out. Rebound, Cam Smith. The putback is good. The putback is good. The Trojans lead by 3. The clock runs. Franklin with it. 10 seconds. Timeout, Humboldt. How about a clutch rebound and putback by Cam Smith? Redeems himself from the turnover earlier. The Trojans lead by 3. 11.2. That's a lot of time to play defense if you're Girard. But a 3-point lead means they got to hit that outside shot.
They got to hit the outside shot. The only other possibility is go for the quick 2 and foul, but no way you do that.
Yeah, not with this amount of time left. And for the Trojans, you can't get caught collapsing into the lane on dribble penetrator.
No.
You've got to stay home on defense.
If they want to go into the bucket, let them go.
Yeah, go ahead. Take that layup. Tick-tock.
The only person who better not touch this frickin' basketball is Trey Franklin. If he gets his hands on the ball, it'll be a criminal defensive stand for the Trojans. You got to prevent him from ever getting that inbound.
Well, good luck with that. But if he does,
you know that's who they're going to.
You just got to make a 3-point shot contested. If he's going to make a 3-point shot with a hand in his face from 5 feet beyond the arc, then okay, so be it.
Everybody wearing white, everybody wearing orange, everybody wearing every color knows this ball is going to go to Trey Franklin.
Right. But Humboldt does have some good spot-up shooters, and so if Franklin can create something with the dribble and dish, that's why I'm saying if he starts putting it on the floor, you got to stay home if you're the Trojans. You can't get caught with your back to the shooter watching the dribbler.
Biggest possession of the game, back and forth, lead change after lead change, and it all comes down to this.
Cullen is guarding Franklin. Ben trying to stay with him. He gets it up top with the dribble. 9 seconds, raises up, air ball, Works has it in the bucket for Cook, and it's a 1-point game. Trojans needed a rebound, didn't get it. 3.7 seconds remaining, but it's going to be Trojan ball on the inbound. Well, we couldn't just put this one to bed. It's got to be dramatic.
There's got to be some semantics.
It's got to come down to the wire if you're got to keep the cardiologists out there in business.
Man, I could feel my veins pumping blood. I'm worked up. This is draw up your best inbound play. Westcott's years of knowledge, he's got to have something, right? He's got to have some play.
It doesn't matter. Just get it inbounds to somebody who can shoot free throws.
Yeah, get it in
because you know you're getting fouled immediately. So just get it in.
And there's about 3-ish seconds on the clock.
Right. Just get it in, and any one of these guys on this team can go 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Yep.
And if you're the Trojans, that's really all you need to do. You need to hit 1 of 2.
Heck,
put the pressure on the offense, and then play 3 seconds worth of defense.
Yeah, you might even miss. You might even miss the second free throw and force them a half-court heave.
Go the length of the floor,
Yeah. Oh.
But if you got to hit one of them, you got to hit one.
Oh. 3.7 seconds. If they get this inbounded.
And you cannot turn it over.
They just changed it to
absolutely cannot turn it over.
4.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's some home cooking there. Just add an extra second and a half. That's all right. Why not add another minute? And Brocob to inbound with Works standing right in front of him with quite the height advantage. Trojans on the move. Brocob.
No.
Going over the top. It's picked off by Cook. Got to pick him up defensively. Who's going to pick him up? The shot. No good. Trojans win. Trojans win. Did they call a foul?
No. There's no signal on the floor.
No signal. What are they calling? What are they doing? That's it. The Trojans win. The Trojans win over the Humboldt Cubs. How about that? And the Girard Trojans just stole one here on the road in Humboldt. Their season extends into next week. We'll see these Trojan boys one more time after a gutsy performance here on the road against Humboldt and a heartbreaking loss for the Cubs as they see their season come to an end on their home floor. And just a heartbreaker if you're a Humboldt fan tonight, because there were a couple times they had this game in hand, but the Trojans clawed their way back in it. They never quit playing, and they come out of here with the 1-point win. Big win tonight for these Trojan boys, their biggest of the year, and it comes at the perfect time. All right, Trojans win it by 1. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with the Eastside Cafe postgame show. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
When it comes to your health care, you have a choice. Choose to stay local. Choose Girard Medical Center. For over 100 years, Girard Medical Center has been a part of the community, and they work every day to meet the health care needs of those they serve. With 6 locations in southeast Kansas and an ever-expanding list of inpatient and outpatient services, you just don't have to travel anymore to get quality cutting-edge care, including many services you won't find elsewhere. Proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area. Learn more at girardmedicalcenter.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
More than just your neighborhood pharmacy, Mathis Drug is your hometown partner in health. With pharmacist Bria Scheibe and an experienced, highly trained staff, Mathis Drug is ready to serve you. And now, Mathis Drug offers comprehensive compounding, which is one of the few pharmacies in southeast Kansas with this convenient on-site service. From medications to expert advice, call 620-261-9779. Mathis Drug Store, where community and care come together.
Tries to make something out of nothing. The Trojans all over him. It's going to be a big loss on the play.
A Trojan sack means $1 short stacks at Eastside Cafe. Kick off your day with a hearty breakfast or take that midday break at Eastside Cafe. And this fall, when the Trojans get a sack, you get $1 short stacks the next day. Eastside Cafe, a favorite of the 4 states winner. Go Trojans from Eastside Cafe.
Why settle for less than the best? Croc-Can's gigabit fiber optic internet is now available to Pittsburgh, Frontenac, and Fort Scott and many rural areas in between. Croc-Can has the best speeds, the best reliability, the best service, the best support, and is overall the best value on all ultra-high-speed internet. If you want the best home internet connecting as many devices, all without equipment rentals, contracts, or overages, it is the time to switch to the best. It's time to switch to Croc-Can.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Judd, Lori, Lisa, or Amber in Girard for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to the Community Fieldhouse here in Humboldt. The Trojans defy the odds, defy the Vegas odds makers. They come out with a 1-point win, some grand larceny here in Humboldt as the Trojans steal this one 50-49 over the Humboldt Cubs, and a game that, Daryl, we were talking off the air, when Humboldt was pushing the pace, running up and down the floor in that first half, it looked for a little bit like they were going to run away with this.
They had it.
And then in the second half, it's like they had a complete change of personality.
Yeah.
And took the air out of the ball, slowed everything down into a half-court game, and the Trojans were seemed to be more comfortable in that half court and able to get their way back into this game, erased a 5-point halftime lead, had it down to 3 after the third, and pull it out by 1 after 4.
Yeah.
And, oh, my goodness, we said off the air, if you're one of these kids from Humboldt, you know, you got 15 wins on the season. You were the 4 seed coming off a 40-point win over Blue Stem, and to lose this one here tonight at home by 1 is just probably sickening.
Listen,
if you're these kids from Humboldt.
I have never liked when coaches do this, and you don't ever know if it's a decision by the coach, but you got to guess it is. But that run and gun offense was
they were
working.
Great.
It was working. They were firing from outside, making buckets inside as well. They were getting all the looks they wanted, and then something
took their foot off the
switched. They
gas.
said, hey, let's pass it around. Let's take more time on possessions. And that's just playing to not lose instead of playing to win. And it bites them. It bites them. But, you know, something we can do, Josh, I think we can get away the shot of the game to Cam Smith on that putback. That is the absolute play of the game because it puts us at a
And it probably had like a 20% chance of going in. And he got that one up off the glass and in.
Absolutely.
Just a great effort by Cam Smith under the bucket alone.
Yes.
Under a bucket in the midst of like 3 white jerseys. Comes down with the rebound. Gets the shot up, which I didn't think he was going to.
Yeah.
And then it goes, and that was the difference for the Trojans, and they're able to hold on defensively. I thought there was going to be a foul call late, but usually that late in the game on that type of play, officials tend to swallow the whistle.
You can't call a foul that late.
They did not. To their credit, they did not, and the Trojans win this one by 1, and that might be the first time all year I've credited an official in a positive way. All right now we're joined by head coach Rod Westcott, and Coach, there's cardiologists all over the region.
Probably need one.
Looking forward to this crowd coming home from this game.
Yeah.
Man, your team, Daryl and I were talking, it was a run and gun game in the first half, and then the second half was a change of personality. It turned into a slow half-court game, and your guys able to claw their way back into it, execute in the half court, and a huge rebound and put back by Cam Smith.
Yeah.
And, man, oh, man, how about it?
Yeah, proud of the kids. I mean, didn't quit, got down pretty good that first quarter there. You know, if you let them go up and down, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They are. They got some good kids that can finish at the rim and big kids that load inside. But proud of the kids. They just kept battling and good things happened there. And, you know, we got fortunate there at the end. The ball bounced the right way because should have got a timeout. we talked about it there at the timeout, you know, after they scored. And, you know, what we're going to run to get it in and things. And One of the kids said, "Coach, there's only 3 seconds left. Let's go deep." Well, then we run out there, and there's 4.5 seconds or whatever on the clock.
Yeah, I thought that was strange.
But we probably should have called timeout there. That's my fault. But we were fortunate, and it was time that we've been fortunate because we've been on the other end of some things this year that if the ball bounces one way or the other, it's a little different outcome here and there. But happy for the seniors. They get to play another game, and that's what it's all about right now. You want to play as many as you can. Mm-hmm. So we'll get back after it Monday. We'll see here tonight who we're going to play. It'll be Fredonia or Baxter, and we know Baxter really well, and we've actually seen Fredonia a little bit as well. So if it's Fredonia, it'll be lots of up and down because they like to press and get after it. If you take care of the ball, you'll get a good look.
And this game, I talked about it a little bit with Daryl also off the air. All we do is talk off the air, and this seems like a part of it. It seems to me an element is the strength of schedule for this game, because we saw the Frontenac girls come in here last night against a Humboldt team with a much better record, and they were able to get out with a win. You guys come in here tonight, face a Humboldt boys team with a much better record, but because you've played such a slog through the CNC and your non-conference schedule, you feel like I kind of prepared you guys for this scenario?
We've played some tough teams, but they've played some good teams as well. They got a nice team. They were missing their best shooter tonight. He was a kid that had a broken hand down there underneath the thing. So they got a nice team, and nothing but credit to them, because you got to feel for those seniors when they lay it all on the line. And then I know it's pretty hard when they come out there and they realize that that's their last one, and everybody goes through it. Whether even when you win it all, that's still your last game. So. That's everybody's goal, but we're just going to keep playing as long as we can, and hopefully good things will happen for us.
All right, Coach, we'll enjoy the bus ride back to Girard, and we'll see you
Wednesday
night next week. I was going to say the girls play Tuesday, so it'll be after that.
We'll go to either Baxter or Fredonia, I think. So
all right.
We'll find out here in a little bit.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for making the trip up to the mezzanine to talk to us tonight.
You got a good view up here.
It's a pretty nice gym
not
for
a
high
bad
school.
setup. It's a very nice gym. I love the floor.
Yeah, the parquet.
Yep. Pretty cool.
All right,
thanks, fellas.
All right, that's head coach Rod Westcott of the Girard Trojans. They come out on top tonight, 50-49 over the Humboldt Cubs. Get out of here with a big win, and they'll advance to the second round of the Class 3A Sub-State Tournament on the Columbus side. Our post-game coach interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Daryl, we haven't really done a shot of the game all year, but, man, we got one tonight, and our shot of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a shot like Cam Smith hit under the bucket to win this one, take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. And we do want to let you know that this is the Eastside Cafe postgame show, brought to you by Eastside Cafe, where you can experience the best breakfast in all of the Crawford County Kingdom, 6 days a week at 120 South Ozark Street in Girard. Proud supporters of Trojan Athletics. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Put a bow on this one from here in Humboldt. The Trojans steal one from the Humboldt Cubs, and they extend their season a few more days into next week as they move on to the second round of the Sub-State Tournament. They'll take on the winner of Baxter and Fredonia, taking place tonight out in Wilson County. And we'll know who we play tomorrow, and it'll be on the road, either at Baxter or at Fredonia. We'll have that one for you here on Girard Sports Live.
enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com. Preserving traditions for those who follow.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Hey, welcome back one final time to Humboldt, Kansas. Trojans win this one 50-49 over the Humboldt Cubs. Let's take a look at some of the scoring totals for tonight's game for Humboldt. They're led in scoring by Trey Franklin. He finished with 15 points. Colton Cook added 10. Avery Works had 9. Blake Ellis with 8. And Mason Sterling with 6. So pretty good scoring across the board for Humboldt, but just 1 point shy of keeping up with the Trojans tonight. Trojans had 4 guys in double figures. I think this might be the first time all year that that's happened. Ransom Bourne finished with 10. Cam Smith finished with 10. Blake Brocobb with 10. And Scott Moore led the way with 11 points for the Trojans. Ben Cullen finished with 6. And Siler Salmons added a bucket to round out the scoring for Girard. And they win this one 50-49. And they're moving on. Next week we'll be in Fredonia to take on the Yeller Jackets on Wednesday night next week. So mark your calendars. We'll have that one here on Girard Sports Live. If you can't make it out to the hills of Wilson County for that one, we'll have it for you. The girls in action Tuesday night as they welcome in the Riverton Rams for the second round on the girls' side of the bracket of Sub-State. But it's pretty quiet here in Humboldt tonight as the Trojans come in and shock the Cubs and come away with the win.
And something we mentioned, Fredonia is in Humboldt's league, meaning Humboldt would have had to get a victory over Fredonia to be the higher seed.
Yep.
So you're saying there's a chance, Joss.
There's a chance. And the Trojans are going to have to play Villains again, embrace that role as they hit the road, and they'll play in Fredonia to take on the Yellow Jackets in their house in the second round of this sub-state. And no reason they can't pull out a win there either, Darryl. So we're looking forward to that one. And, of course, looking forward to Tuesday night when the Trojan girls welcome in Riverton. They've handed the Rams 2 losses this season. So you think that the Trojans are the favorite in that one, but you throw all that out once the sub-state tournament starts. And so the Trojans got to play a good game Tuesday night.
This is what I like. I mean, Who cares what you did in the regular
Right.
season?
Doesn't
Leave all that in the
does not
past.
matter.
All that matters now, you got to win in the sub-state.
You got to live in the moment. And the Trojans did that tonight. They came away with this win. And we talked about it earlier, a game where it looked like Humboldt was going to run away with it in the first half with that fast-paced run-and-gun type of offense that they were running. And then in the second half, it's Jekyll and Hyde. They slowed it down, took the air out of the ball, turned into a half-court game. The Trojans able to battle their way back into it. And they come away with a 1-point win tonight, shocking the Humboldt Cubs, and the Trojans will advance. So do we have more breaks?
No.
No? All right, well, let's go ahead and put a bow on this one. For Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. Trojans win it by 1. You've been watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks for watching. From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage.